Well, and this is a good transition because, this is my intention for the membership. Like I wanted a space to talk about these things that affect our lives and businesses, but most people have no idea that it comes from that place, from our family issues, our past hurts, and they don't know how to fix it. So then they do what you were saying earlier, which is, I just got to start a blog. I just got to make more DM reach outs or whatever. And then it doesn't work. And they're like, why? I don't understand. I must be horrible. I must be not cut out for this. And as you know, because you've been in here for like 4 or 5 months now, it can take some time to marinate, as I like to say, to get to the point where you're like, oh shit, that's the reason why I've been stuck. So what's the first question I want to ask? Well, what is your biggest takeaway then? The thing that you've learned that's helped you the most from being in this membership?
Oh, a lot of things. First of all, when I started this membership, I was really excited about getting business strategies, in order to achieve my goal, which is having my first clients. And finally, I discovered something different. And I realize now that it was this exact thing that made me really attracted to you and to your energy. It's something more connected to our inner world, vulnerability. And when you said that our business is all about relationships, something shifted in my mind, because I was like, okay, I need to have visibility. I was like, yeah, you need visibility, you need to post each day, you need to make sale calls and so on. And when you say that, it was like kind of liberating for me, because yeah, it's all about relationships. And I don't need to invest, like, I don't know, in advertising or in funnels in order to have clients. And it's true, my first client is all about relationships. She didn't read my posts. She doesn't know that I have a newsletter. She doesn't have Instagram. But we just talked together, and she was like, oh yeah, I saw your progress and I just want to do like you did. So can you coach me? And it was that. I didn't have to have like to make a traditional sale call, because it was about relationship and trust. And this is what you really give to me, this kind of, okay, you don't need to be like this obsessed with strategies, because you are selling your energy, you are selling your own energy. And this is all about relationships. So yeah, I know that to be successful, you have to do the inner work. But in order to sell, I was convinced before your membership that I have to apply strategies and to be really disciplined, or nothing's gonna work.
Because you had tried that before?
Yeah.
Or someone had taught you that in a different program?
Yeah, in different programs. It was like, okay, you need to be on LinkedIn, reach like 30 people a day, send them DMs. When they answer to you, you get them on a call and try to sell them something. So it was like really confronting. It was a good thing, because it really confronts me to fears, to the fear of rejection. But actually, I was missing the main point, which is relationships. So yeah.
Thank you for that. And it's, well, I'm not going to include the first part of our conversation in this video, but as we were talking about right before this, we've like dove deep into your own relationships and your personal life. And so one of the coaching calls every week is about life, and they all sometimes get mishmashed and blurred, but that's why I really wanted it to be life and business, because I can see how in your life and some of the other members' lives, there are things that are holding you back from doing that in your business. So you were just talking about how having a deeper relationship with your parents and your
Yeah.
father especially is like something you were avoiding and resisting, or with men. And then here in your business, there was also some avoidance and resistance to having deeper relationships, opening up, and, you know, loving yourself enough. And there's practical ways to do that, as you know, to do it anyway, to love yourself so much that you can open up your heart and serve somebody and give them forgiveness and love and connection without expectation of anything in return. So yeah, could you talk a little bit about how the personal work that we've done on, you know, growing your self-worth and also working on your family relationships has helped you in terms of business?
Yeah. Yeah, as you said, everything is connected. So with family issues, what I appreciate is like how really you articulate family issues, inner safety, self-worth with business. Because I knew that all things are connected and that I really need to be aware of my own issues in order to start a business. But I think that you give really actionable tools, that the difference, really actionable tools with journaling, that really awesome to dig in all that stuff and be able to have some objective vision of what is going on. So, and with your intuition, it's like a really powerful stuff. So yeah, actually, yeah, what I really liked was this kind of actionable tools. Your calls are really structured and it helps. I can feel a sense of progress, and yeah, I think that you give me the little I was missing something about my inner safety, and as I said, I was like obsessed with strategies that I need to apply in order to get successful. And just being me, to grow relationships and to be able to work on my family issues or other issues with actionable tools, this is a real accelerator. So
Yeah. And that was part of my vision too, because I know that you were in a program before this and paid a lot of money, and I know that you've got value from it, but you were also not where you wanted to be. And there's so many people who are in that same space where like they invested a lot of money in something that was going to give them this exact steps and structure and systems to get a result, but it didn't work for them and they didn't understand why. And then maybe they're not at the point anymore where they want to be investing that much money. And so that was why I created this space, so somebody could have the time to work through all that stuff and also feel safe. Because if you're already not feeling safe, you're already feeling anxious and crazy, and it hasn't worked out for you before, throwing a lot of money at a program, again, probably is not going to make you feel safer. It's probably going to make you feel more like panicked, and you make your nervous system go into even more stress, like a stress mode, which then affects your ability to take action in your business anyways. So when you saw this membership and how it was structured, like there's 2 90-minute calls every week. You have like all my like access to me and all of my courses. What was your thought? Had you ever seen anything like that before in the coaching space?
No, I was like, oh, she reading my thoughts. I was waiting for something like that. Yeah. I was really waiting, and it's a awesome investment. I mean, so much quality in it, so much dedication from you, from the other members of the group, all wonderful women. And yeah, it gave me really the strength to quit my job.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, because actually I'm 90% sure that I would have quit my job, but more like the next year, not this year. And being the group, so even did it, and it was like, yeah, it's possible, and actually I have the support to do it too.
So it gave you the courage, and you
yeah,
were able to hear from other people who had quit and understand like how you could do it. And you took action because you had other people to bounce the ideas off of, and fears too. Because I remember you came to the call and we talked through all of your fears, and then you did it.
yeah. Yeah, you give so much value. So yeah, I highly recommend to anyone your membership, because it's really like an actual coaching. I think you give so much tools, and in the same time, it's a group thing, but it's kind of really individual
Yeah.
centered. So yeah, I think that all coaches, all people who want support, help with this
Yeah.
kind of price. I think I never seen that before. So
Yeah. Thank you. And well, part of my vision for it is, well, this is the first thing I've ever created that has no end date ever. And so I knew when I started it, it was going to be very confronting for me because, you know, we're talking about relationship stuff. Like in the past, I've had trouble committing to things. Like I'm scared, you know, to have something be for forever. It's something I've worked through in relationships. And now I realize, oh, when I create this space, like I'm dedicating myself to my business for forever. I'm really going all in on it. And secondly, a big part of, you know, my values in my business now is I want simplicity because it helps my mind. I want a few offers that are so valuable that I'm always making better and challenging myself to grow, that really transform people's lives. And so that's what this was for me. And like, I see many, many people in it in the coming years. And so it's going to scale and grow, but I never have to do anything like different. I don't have to do more coaching calls. It's just these 2 calls every week and adding more content as I see fit, and just continue like having conversations with you. I've had conversations with all the members and asking, well, what can I improve? What do you need? And in that way, it's been a very purpose-driven program, which it seems that you feel, and I'm very glad for that. And that's something that I always want you guys to take away and put into your businesses too, is to have like your own purpose-driven program that has a real intention and love and meaning behind it. So,
yeah.
cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If anyone has questions about being in the membership, can they message you and ask you?
Yeah, for sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you should go follow Cynthia if you don't speak French. Well, you can learn because she's got some great posts.
Yeah, I think one day I would write in English, but right now I'm like, oh no, I need to improve my English before I do that, because
Oh, I'm so challenging you to write in English next week.
sorry.
I said, I'm going to challenge you to write in English next week or this week.
Yeah, it would be interesting, but
Okay, everybody, go look at Cynthia's Instagram. By the end of the week, she's going to have an English speaking post.
I'll try.
And this, what I just did with her is literally what I do in coaching calls with everyone. It's like, you tell me what you're afraid of. Okay, good. I'm going to go challenge you to do that.
Yeah,
Because,
and it's great coaching. Great coaching.
yeah, because you can learn through trainings and modules, which is what most memberships are, but it doesn't get you very far. I've never been in a membership like that I liked ever. But when you have somebody to tell you to do a thing and to support you when you get scared, that's when you really grow, because you're actually taking the action that you would if you were the version of you that you want to be.
Yeah.
So that's the essence of the kind of coaching that goes down. Really everything in this call was. So